My most popular video is about questions you can ask at the end of an interview. But is that the only time that you can ask questions during an interview? Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about exactly that, questions during an interview. Before we jump into it, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to learning about if you can ask questions during the interview process rather than just at the end. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. So, can you ask questions during the interview process and not just at the end of an interview? Short answer, yes, absolutely. When it comes to asking questions throughout the interview process, this is the key to making the interview conversational. You want it to feel like you're just talking to the interviewer, like they're just another person you're having a conversation with. And you want them to feel the same way. You do not want your interview to be a robotic, cold back and forth of them just asking you a question and you providing answers. Ideally, you have a conversation with the interviewers. And to have a conversation with someone, most of the time, we are swapping stories and asking questions to get a little bit deeper. So asking questions throughout the entire interview is key to having a conversational interview. So yes, I do still highly recommend having at least 3 questions prepared for the end of an interview. A cultural question, which would be organizational culture, team culture, management culture, something like that. A role-specific or technical-based question, and a hard or hesitation question. So I recommend having those 3 types of questions prepared for the end of your interview. However, you should also have additional questions prepared just based off your general research in preparation for this interview. These are questions that you could pepper in throughout the interview process. Now, because each interview is so highly individualized, I can't tell you that you would need 3 questions for the beginning of the interview and 3 questions for the middle of the interview and 3 questions for the end of the interview. The things that you can for sure prepare for would be those 3 questions at the end of the interview, and then additional questions that might come up for you during the interview process. So these questions could come from your research of their webpage, of their social media pages, of your research of the people who will be in your interview panel, from their LinkedIn profiles or a Google search that you've done of them. They might not even be questions that you've prepared ahead of time. These might be questions that come up for you during the actual interview. So to help you manage these types of questions that can come up for you or that you've prepared, I highly recommend having notes available for you to refer to for those prepared questions and space for you to jot down questions that come up for you during the interview process. So I highly recommend having a resource available to you with your prepared information and space for you to jot down questions or things that you want to follow up on or touch base on during the process that may not have been prepared ahead of time. So it is okay and actually beneficial to ask questions throughout the entire process and not just at the end. But this doesn't mean that you don't ask those important questions at the end of the interview. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're watching this video and you're needing more help strategizing and preparing for your interview that's coming up, please consider reaching out to me today. I have limited availability each week to work with clients one-on-one to help them with their interview strategy. I've linked to my website as well as my email in the description box below, so if you're looking for that one-on-one help to strategize for your upcoming interview, please reach out to me today. If you click on the link to my website, you'll be able to see the different services that I offer and even book with me directly. Or if you decide that sending an email is more effective, we can also schedule manually that way. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.